I finally have a pegboard. I have always wanted a pegboard for my craft room, and I am so excited to set it up here today with you. Hello, I am Nalana Lynch and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the setup of my pegboard dreams. I have always wanted a pegboard and I finally found the perfect spot in my craft room for it, and I'm so excited to be able to set it up here with you. I had this idea of wanting a just super crafty aesthetic pegboard vibe happening. I've seen them over the years and I always get so excited when I see it, but I just did not know exactly what I'd put on it. But now I finally figured it out. Please comment below and let me know if you have a pegboard in your craft room. I'd love to know and I'd love to hear what you store on it. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe below and like this video and sign up for notifications to receive more crafty videos from me. So let's get into today's video. So I start things off by having these two pegboards installed onto the wall. It's a plaster wall, so we had to get the screws separately. It's two 76 by 56 centimeter pegboards mounted one above the other. I grabbed my first shelf and I popped that in up top, and so what I want to do is have some display areas for these little candles. I bought these for like $2 from Kmart and I love that they were small. I did use some pre-measurements from the IKEA website on the length of the shelf as well as the Kmart website, just to make sure I bought enough candles on and they weren't too big for the shelf. And then I'm popping on this second shelf, which is also called a display shelf. I'm trying to get that in there, and then once it's in, I have decided that I want to put some of my planners and notebooks in there that I'll be using next year. So that's my 2026 like crafty planner that I'm popping up there. I really love that. I will link all the items down below for you just in case you're looking for something. I found that it's such a fun planner. I'm just going through some of the dividers right now and they're super cool, holographic foil, that kind of vibe. So really great for a crafty or content planner if you're after something fun. Then this pink 2026 one, it just has a gold 26 embossed, and I found this cute red bow one which I thought I'd just pop up there for this season because I thought it just made it look a bit festive. And so now I'm trying to work out what else I want there. I have a few of these shelves that I bought for the pegboard, so I'm trying to put that below. I also got a letterboard, so white with gold letters, and I want to swap out the code like every month or so. But right now I have Craft a Life You Love, and I really love how that turned out. I'm just gonna show you here. And so yeah, they come with icons and all sorts of things, so love how that turned out. And then after putting that on, I'm also just going to add in this is a brayer, a pink one. It is fitting on a hook, so just getting that in, but I'm adding in like a water spritz bottle for my mixed media. I thought these were some cute ones. It's a pink kind of glass, beveled glass. And then I will look again. I'm looking for what to put next. I'm thinking I will add another shelf here down below, and I will pop in some more accessories. This is another festive one. I found the cutest reindeer with a cable knit sweater. Too cute. And one of the clothing brands I get for my kids that I love like the most, and I got them some cute little teddy bears, but I saw that one and thought that would be for me for Christmas to pop on the shelf. So here we are, Mr. Reindeer with his cable knit sweater. I'm gonna raise this one up just slightly so that his antlers won't be squished. And that's now the exact height of the top of the pegboard. So gonna pop in there. I have a pink double-sided tape. I have a blushy pink calculator. So I'm just playing around with the pegboard to see what I like best. And what I love is how customizable it is. You can swap things out whenever you'd like. You can pop on new things. You can add new accessories that come out. It's really so flexible and customizable, and I just want it to be the cutest little thing. Now, this is actually opposite the door of my room. I got this pink guillotine. It actually didn't look too bad, but it might be a bit too big for that shelf. It might look on a display shelf though. I don't know, but yeah, it felt a bit too big, but it does look a bit cute. So I'm gonna add in the brayer right now using one of the hooks. So that one's quite easy to pop on there, and once I have that set, I'm working through what I had for each of the shelves, and I couldn't remember what I wanted to put up top. So I move on to add in this glue gun, which is lilac. I'm still not sure how I feel about lilac. It's one of those things, like I love the blushy tones and the warmer, pinks and of course red. But I really wanted a pink glue gun and I couldn't find one anywhere, but I found this lilac one. Anyway, whether it would stay on the pegboard, because I'm not sure how I feel about the pinks and the blushes with the lilac. But for now, I'll leave it there. So I add in these little things. It could be pen cups or whatnot, but I'm putting my Cricut transfer tape in there. And then I have 2 more of those to add in. So I got some pastel highlighters that I thought would look nice there. I feel like I just want to do like a pen cup full of pinky pens, because I have some of those on my cart currently and I really like how that looks. So I did 1 pen cup with pink pens, 1 pen cup with like cream and gold pens, and 1 is like a white and gold paintbrushes. So those look pretty nice, and I wanted to kind of recreate that here, but I'm not quite getting the lift or the length or the height with these items, so I might play around with it some more. But for now, they'll be there. So I have tools for like my vinyl, and I'm also adding the shelf for 2 journals. It's a kind of boucle fabric journal with the word note stitched in front, and then one behind with like a pleather scallop, also a blush or creamy color. So now I am wrapping this up and adding in a few more accessories. I have some scissors there and some other items to add in. I have a pink stapler, but I'm not sure how it feels. I just put the gold stapler back in the end, but loving how it's all coming together. I guess I wasn't too sure how big the stapler would be, or how pink it would be. But I like it, but I'm not sure. So I eventually pulled it from the shelf, and I also got some other pink desk accessories, paper clips, bulldog clips, and whatnot, all pink. I like them, and I feel like I'll play around with them some more to see how they work on my pegboard. So just the final touches, playing around with these things, kind of just working through what to add and what to subtract. I don't want it to look too cluttered. I do want more of a minimalistic look for this. So I end up pulling quite a few of these things off. And I'll just continue playing around with it over the next couple of weeks to see how it works, how it flows in the room. Adding back that gold and clear stapler. The calculator looked quite good there, or even here next to the 2 journals, Yeah, just gonna play with it a bit and kind of, but this is kind of the flow of it. And then I will get into printing my photo for my family photo and the photo frame for up top. And then, yeah, showing you my process with that. So just pulling the plastic off of the frame. It is like a kind of concrete stone speckled textured frame. I really like it. Now I have to work through getting the picture shaped for the frame. So actually, there are a few ways that this can be done. If you have a Cricut, it's a 5x7 inch photo frame. So getting that shape in a Cricut to cut your photo out is probably a easy, quick, hands-off way to do it. What I did though is I printed it out to size 5.25 by 7.25. So there's a bit of a, excess, so that is the edges aren't white. And then I pop that backing onto my photo so that I can see where it lands with my photo. Make sure nothing's cut off. I chose a photo where there was quite a bit of background in it, so that would be perfect for something like this where you need to cut some bits off and you're not sure exactly where or which part would be cut off in the photo. So using this pen, I initially printed it on matte photo paper because I thought that would be nice, seeing that the glass is shiny, so you don't need like gloss on gloss. But then I didn't like the quality of this particular print. I did it for my desk transformation video, which I will link for you so you can check that out. I used the matte and I loved it, obsessed with it, but somehow it didn't print as well this time around. Maybe it was my fault not putting proper settings. I'm not sure what was different this time around, but I'll pay attention next time to see what happened there. So now I'm just going to cut down these photos. So now I'm using my rotary cutter. This is my favorite trimmer of all time to cut this down. This is now the glossy photo. So loving how that turned out. I made sure that I have the settings on high. I did not do a borderless print. I made sure I chose the right settings for the paper that I'm using as well, both on the printer and in the dialog box before clicking print. And so now I'm just cutting it down. This is 5.25 by 7.25. So making sure that there's still a bit of lip, and then kind of deciding which side I'll cut from the extra 0.25. So I am thinking I'll cut from the right hand side because there's a bit more background on that side. And so once I cut that down, I pull the little excess off, and then I'm just going to use my pencil now and trace along the top arch bit to get the curve. Now this is glossy paper, so it does not quite print as a charcoal or lead pencil. It kind of looks like an almost transparent line on the gloss. It's very hard to see, and but just enough for me to be able to cut it out. So I'm using my precision scissors for this, and I'm just going to cut that off. And I'm just kind of angling it so that the light shines on the line that I drew. So just making sure it's not 100% precise in terms of, there were times when I saw the gloss but not the line. But mainly because I knew that I was recording, so I couldn't quite put it like too close to my face or get my head in the frame. I always hate when that happens. Anyway, so I cut this out successfully, and as you can see, if you look at the concrete frame, then there is a lip or a edge or a bleed or whatever you want to call it inside the frame. So there's a glass and then there's a bit of stone within the glass. So that allows for any imperfection to not be seen in the cut. I also, because the white backing, the base edges have some rounded corners. I mean, it's fine, it's flush, it's fine, but then I decided I also want to add in, just use my round because I have a lot of, corner rounder punches. So I'm just gonna punch that. So once I've cut out those two sides, I decided to go down a little more with a bit of it's a 7mm versus 5mm. So I went a bit more to get those edges nice and round. And then I pop that in and it's perfect. Love that. It came out so well. Anyway, so just gonna put the backing in now. Easy peasy, and pop that onto the shelf on my pegboard. So that's it, guys. Now let's go and look full on at the grand reveal of my pegboard setup. Come on, let's go and check that out. Still amazed at how this came out well and just popping that on the shelf. And so now that that's on, I think everything's great. I'm gonna bring you over to see the pegboard. So we're starting with Mr. Reindeer and the gold stapler. Love how they look together, toned, and then the blush notebooks to the right. That's just a nice texture there, and that's the pleather behind it. So I can swap those in and out, throughout the season based on what I want to see. There's the letterboard with the gold letters that I love, and then these pen cups with highlighters and tools for my reading, my transfer tapes to vinyl things, and then my glue gun, which might swap with a pink glue gun if I find one. Just my journals and planners for next year, the brayer, the candles, which I love. I love how these tone so well together. And yeah, lovely scents, and then our family photo. So this is my setup, guys. I really, really enjoyed setting this up with you and sharing my process with you. I do hope that you've enjoyed this pegboard video, and I can't wait to share more craft room organization videos with you. Thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.